everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and today I'm going to be sharing my Sephora Spring Savings Event recommendations. And I look forward to this time every single year because your girl likes to shop at Sephora, and I like to share with you all what's hot, what's happening, what's new, and my recommendations. So I've done this video so many times over the years. I'm gonna link some of my previous videos down below for you guys to check out because every season I do like to focus on the new and the now. So if you want to hear about older products that I recommended, I will have those videos linked below because I still recommend them. As per usual, I am doing this video in collaboration with Top Cashback. Thank you so much for collaborating with me on this video and continuing our long-standing partnership because I truly enjoy their service, and I implore you all to check them out because it is going to help you save money by purchasing things that you were already going to purchase anyways. It's a win-win situation. So if you all have never heard of Top Cashback is a rebate website, and through their website you're able to shop on thousands of different retailers' websites and collect a percentage of whatever you're going to purchase. So today, of course, we're talking about Sephora, and you can start saving money immediately after you sign up on their website, which is super simple to do. All you have to do is click the link in my description box and sign up using your email address, create a password, and boom, it's easy to start saving money. You'll be able to see all of the retailers on their website. So all you have to do is select Sephora, and then it will redirect you to Sephora's website and you shop as you typically would. Easy peasy, but you're able to save a percentage of whatever you're purchasing. And what I like so much about Top Cashback, and I always like to highlight this, is that they typically have a higher cashback percentage in comparison to their competitors. So when they go low, Top Cashback goes high. So that is an amazing deal. And it's free to do. So I implore everyone to sign up because if you don't, you're leaving money on the table. Top Cashback offers 100% commission back to users, so that's us, and there's no minimum for payout. And there's also a bonus for new accounts. Once you make your first purchase of $25 or more, you do get a $10 sign up bonus, and I love it, love it, love it. So if you're new to Top Cashback, you get that $10 sign up bonus, you get the cash back, and on top of that, you're able to save during Sephora's Spring Savings Event. Winning! So I will have a link for you all to sign up on Top Cashback's website down in my description box. Definitely make sure you click through my link so you're able to get that $10 sign up bonus once you spend $25 or more. And if you've already signed up for Top Cashback in the past, because I have been talking about them for quite some time on my channel, make sure you use their service when you're shopping online because you're going to get that money. You save that money, honey. And I use this all year long, but I like to save it for this event in particular. So I leave it on my account, and then once this event starts, it's on. So definitely check them out. Thank you again, Top Cashback, for collaborating with me once again. I appreciate you all. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into my recommendations because I have quite a few that I am very excited to share with you all. Enjoy! I'm going to be inserting pictures for this recommendations video because that's simpler for me when I'm doing my editing and all that good stuff. So I hope that you all do not mind that. But I do want to start off with foundations because that is the belle of the ball this season. Because we've gotten so many new foundations here lately that I really had to narrow it down and truly pick the ones that I had the most experience with. So to kick off this list, I'm going to start with the Kelsee Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, and I truly love the way this foundation makes my skin look. It has a really nice dewy finish, and I love the way that it feels on the skin. It's very conditioning, but it doesn't feel heavy. So I definitely see this foundation being in heavy rotation for me during spring, summer because it gives me that coverage, but it doesn't make my skin feel suffocated, and that's very important to me. So I'm really liking it, and overall I'm really feeling Kelsee as a brand. I feel like they're really coming with the heat, and that foundation is one of those fire products. Next, I am really loving the new Makeup Forever HD foundation, and this foundation has claims of being long wearing, which I agree with. I kind of liked the Makeup Forever reformulation that they did a few years ago, but it never was a foundation that I constantly found myself reaching for, you know? It was one of those foundations that I knew was there, but it wasn't anything that was a top favorite of mine. So I wasn't that hyped to try out the new one, but then again, I kind of was. You know, whenever companies who have been around for a long time and are known for staple products reformulate that, there's a lot of pressure on them. So I already knew they had to really come with it with that reformulation, because the original HD foundation, which was a formulation before this reformulation, had so many cult followers that I knew that whenever they were updating it again, people were really going to look at it with a critical eye. And I'm happy to say that I really love this foundation. I think it lays really well on the skin. I actually like it better than the previous two Makeup Forever foundations. I think this one is the prettiest because the coverage amount is really optimal in being able to build up that foundation or sheer it out if you want to. And on top of it, the finish is truly something that is meant for HD. So I already know it's going to be a game changer on camera. Plus, I think the color match is even better for me this go round, because I have neutral golden skin and I feel like my skin tone is pretty difficult to match. There's not a lot of foundations that I would truly say are spot on matches, but I feel like this particular one is a spot on match. Plus, the way that it feels is amazing. I'm loving the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation. It's so yummy. It's smooth. I love how she nailed the neutral aspect of that foundation but still gave a little bit of goldenness to it. I'm a huge fan of her artistry. As you all will see, I have a few other Danessa Myricks recommendations on this list, but this one is just the newest of her offerings and it did not disappoint for me. I think it wears well. It's a little bit of a satin-like foundation, so it goes on and it's really emollient in the way that it blends, but it does dry down. So I personally didn't find myself having to wear a powder with it to set it. However, y'all know if you watch me that I love powders, but I just feel like that foundation has the prettiest finish, is super smooth, and that color match is unbeatable. I definitely am going to do a full wear test of that foundation soon, so stay tuned for that. But that one is quickly growing in my ranks. I love it. I also love the Ilia True Skin Medium Coverage Foundation. Now, when I saw this foundation was listed as new on Sephora's app, I was a little bit confused. I'm like, I thought that foundation just came out, because I definitely bought one not even a year ago and I thought it was new, but apparently they reformulated it and now this new formulation contains niacinamide. I didn't think that they could improve the other one because I did enjoy the other one, but this one is even better because I feel like it gives me just a touch more coverage and it feels more nourishing on the skin. So if you are a fan of Ilia or if you're a fan of clean beauty, I really like this one because a lot of times clean beauty likes to give light coverage foundations. I don't know, maybe that's a preconceived notion that if you like clean, then you like light. Like, no girl, sometimes you might want to have a little bit of clean, but you might want to be able to have a little bit of medium buildable, and that's what Ilia gave us. So I really am enjoying that foundation. This one isn't the newest kid on the block, but I still am enjoying it, especially now as we gear up to go into the warmer months. The YSL New Bare Look Tint. I really like this, and like I said, I'm really not the biggest fan of lighter coverage complexion products. I like to be in control, but sometimes I will bend my rules and I will try out the lighter coverage products just for review purposes to be able to give you all my 2 cents on it. And I really ended up liking this one, even though I only bought it to give you all a review on it. But out of all the skin tints and BB creams and CC creams and DD creams and Lily creams, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Out of all of those that I've ever tried, I like that one the most because it gives me a beautiful amount of coverage and it looks like my skin but better. It has amazing skincare benefits. It's a really lightweight product, so if you want to have on a little bit of makeup when you go to the gym or when you hit the pool or the beach or wherever you're going this summer, this is a good option. And lastly, on the complexion recommendation list is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. And I just have to note that Charlotte said by using this product that your skin will look up to 285% more radiant. I'm like, who is doing these numbers? It says it's long lasting and it has pollution defense in the formulation. So, you know, Charlotte always is going to be extra, and I love Charlotte Tilbury for that. They are always going to sprinkle in a little bit of razzle dazzle. Like, honey, you won't look 100% better. You'll look 285% better. I'm like, okay, Charlotte, well, honey, go ahead and give me what you got. Charlotte Tilbury is fabulous, darling. And so is this product. I really like this one because it's easy. You put it on and it blends out and it looks beautiful. And I think this foundation gave me my best match in Charlotte Tilbury's products so far. I got the shade 9N, which is a shade that I've tried before in her other complexion products, but it was always just a little bit too deep. But with this particular foundation, it matched me perfectly. Plus the way that it applied and it looked, it really was a gorgeous product and I'm loving it so far. So next, let's move on to concealers, which I don't have a lot because I still have a lot to test. I'm testing about 8 concealers right now. So I should have had a longer list of concealers, but I'm sorry, I cannot recommend anything that I have not extensively tried yet. So please stay tuned for a concealer video that I have in the works coming for you guys. But as of right now, of the concealers that I have tested, these 2 make the cut. One I've tried and I've been using for quite some time. It is the Kelsee Revealer Super Creamy Concealer. And again, just like that foundation, the formulation is just good and yummy. It feels like a gel, but it also feels like a serum at the same time, which almost is like an oxymoron, but it just feels good and cushiony, especially when you apply it underneath your eye. It blends out really easily, but it doesn't crease really easily, which is what I look for because I do not like my under eye to look crepey. I hate it. It feels hydrating, but it still offers that coverage and it wears really well. So I love that concealer a whole lot, and I've been really enjoying the pairing of the Kelsee Super Revealer foundation with that concealer. It's bomb. And I also have been loving the LYS Triple Fix Concealer. It's so nice. It's so radiant. It too gives you that coverage without feeling dry. And I'm a girl who likes a little bit of coverage underneath my eyes. No matter what type foundation I'm wearing, whether I'm wearing a lightweight foundation or a full coverage foundation, I like to have the amount of coverage that I want with my concealer. And if I want a little bit less coverage, I'll just put one dot. Or if I want to take it full coverage, I'll do a few swipes. But I like to be able to control that, and with that particular concealer, that formulation is brilliant. It feels good, it looks good, it brightens, it smooths, it doesn't emphasize texture. It's everything that you're looking for in a concealer, and it is quickly becoming one of my favorites. Love that. Powders. My first powder that I absolutely have to recommend is another Kelsee product. Oh my gosh. This one isn't the newest kid on the block either. It's the Cloud Set powder, but I would be remiss if I did not mention this powder because it has truly become one of my favorite all over setting powders that I have in my entire collection. It's so smooth. I don't know how they made that powder so smooth and so pillowy, but my shade's name is Pillowy, and I'm like, yo, that's the perfect adjective to describe the texture of this powder. It's pillowy, it's soft, but it's effective. It really softens the look of your skin, and I love that. So for all of my people who don't love powder, try this powder because it's not going to add an extra layer on your skin. So if you're a person who likes full coverage, or if you're a person who likes light coverage, this powder just really enhances and it doesn't mask. So if you want a little bit more coverage, you can pack it on and get that. But if you want it to be lightweight, go in with the brush and just really lightly buff it on, and it'll give you that really pretty soft finish. Love this. And lastly, I've been loving this powder from Rare Beauty. It is the Always an Optimist Loose Powder. It's so pretty, it's so soft. It really blurs, and I've been using it for my under eye to set my concealer, and I'm liking it. I am very difficult to please when it comes to setting my under eye. I'm a tough critic, and I will say that this has been holding it down, okay? So my under eye has been looking really good whenever I use it. It brightens me up, but it doesn't dry me out. Okay, so I'm really liking that powder. I think that Rare Beauty is really hitting their stride. I'm excited to see what they're coming out with next because I was kind of on the fence with that powder. I was like, do I really want to try it? But curiosity killed the cat. I went ahead and I purchased it, and I'm not mad that I did. Highlighter, another product from LYS. I love their Aim High pressed highlighters. They are so blinding, they are so smooth, and I love the shades that they selected. They're really beautiful highlighters that don't take a lot to blend into the skin, and I love the iridescence that they provide. They are a perfect hybrid of the blinding, blingy highlighter that we used to like back in the day, but modernized to have that new formulation that's really smooth and it looks like skin, but it still blings on the face. I love those. And I also saw where Danessa Myricks has her Lightwork Volumes 1 and 2 highlighting palettes on the site. I love those palettes so much. They are so gorgeous. They are so blinding. Y'all, Danessa Myricks truly presses the artistic envelope in giving us something that's daring, but still very much so wearable to the average person. And that's what I love so much about her brand. So if you buy this palette, it'll probably last you from now until the next 10 years. I'm just saying, because you need that little of the products to make an impact. But honey, once it hits, it hits. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous product. And I love both volumes 1 and 2. And I'm able to wear both. So next, let's talk about contour, sculpting slash bronzer. And I want to start off with yet another Danessa Myricks product. Honey, it is Danessa's world and I'm just living in it, okay? Because she's coming through with all the hot fire. I have to talk about the Balm Contour again. This is a cream contour, which you can go really overboard with this if you take it too far. But if you go in with a light hand, that sculpt that you're going to get is going to look so heavenly. It's so smoothing. It gives the prettiest chiseled look. It's really gonna look like you have the bone structure of Angela Bassett, okay? But I just love the quick blend and I love the naturalness of it. Even though you can take it there, you can take it there really easily. If you go in with a light hand, you will not fail. It's gorgeous. Next, the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpting Stick is a beautiful product. It's not as full coverage as Danessa's product, which is great for a lot of you all if you're looking for something a little bit more user-friendly, just a little bit, because it's still a cream product, but it comes in a stick, so you're able to apply it directly to the face. Mario's stick is really easy to use. It blends out really smoothly and it doesn't disrupt other makeup, so you can use it on top of your foundation or under foundation. It's really user-friendly, and what I love so much about it is that it gives the softest finish, so it's really natural looking. I really have enjoyed using it the past few months, and for a good long while it was really the only sculpting product that I was using because I could just put it on and blend it out so easily. I have the same thoughts on the pressed version. I love that one too. Again, it's softer, so it's harder to go overboard and it's harder to mess up when you use these products because they aren't super opaque. I think that's the appeal of them. Even though if you are an artist, sometimes you may want something that's a little bit more pigmented because you can go there faster. But if you're a novice in your makeup skills, I think that these will be easier to use and give you the appearance of the sculpted chiseled look that you look for, and it's a little bit less intimidating to try. Plus, you can layer these products and they look really beautiful together as well. I also really am liking the Rare Beauty Cream Stick Bronzer, and I like that one because, again, it's easy to use. Now, this one is a little bit creamier, so it glides on and it glides. Plus, it gives you a little bit more pigmentation. It's a little bit more creamy than Mario's, but that also means that it's a little bit easier to apply a little bit more than you would with Mario's, because with Mario's, you may have to put in a little bit extra effort to get it to build up, but with Rare Beauties, you go like one swipe and it's zoom, it's on there. Plus, this one is a little bit warmer, which I'm not completely opposed to, but I do prefer a more neutral bronze. So with that being said, I go in with a lighter hand with the Rare Beauty bronzer stick than I do with any of the other products, just because it does tend to veer a little bit red and a little bit warmer on the cheeks, which if you're not careful, it can look like sunburn, okay? So nobody wants to look like that, but if you're light-handed with it, it gives you a really beautiful sculpted look. Y'all, I am so shocked at the lack of new eyeshadow palettes that have hit the market. Oh my gosh. I was looking at what's new, what's now on Sephora's eye category, you know, because I do take my time and I go through the app and I look at what's new, and there's so few options of what's new. I had to pull back and talk about a few things that launched months ago, and it's never been this sparse when it comes to eye products, and I'm shocked. The newest product that I have to talk about is the Pastel palette from Natasha Denona, but honestly, I haven't even put it on my eyes yet, so I can't recommend it, but I do just want to quickly show it to you all. know that my video is coming. I'm working on it. I haven't had a chance to get around to do it yet, but just know it's on the way. So I'm not necessarily recommending it. I'm just highlighting it in case you all are interested in grabbing it up during the event. I also really enjoyed the Natasha Denona Glam Face and Eye palettes that launched a few months ago. If you all didn't get a chance to check out my video, make sure you do that because I did a really nice comparison of the light and the deep palette. I enjoy doing stuff like that, but I think both of them are beautiful. I love both of them for different reasons. So whether or not you have a lighter or a deeper complexion, you can use both and they'll both give you a really beautiful look. Plus they're formulated so bombly. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm gonna say bombly. I like it. The Pat McGrath Bridgerton eyeshadow palette, the original one, is on the website. So this will be a great time to take advantage of those savings if you didn't grab that during the initial launch, because I really do like that palette. And y'all know I make no secret of it that I'm not a big fan of pink and pink adjacent things. But if I had to choose a pink eyeshadow palette or a palette with pinks in it, I do like that one. I think it's fun, and the pinks in there are vibrant and not necessarily the most girly version of pinks that we could have. So I'm not mad at it. I really do like it, and I think the formulation of that palette was really nice. And that's it for newness in the eye category. I mean, that's insane to me how little options of new eye products we have. What? Eyeliners. So I've really been loving the Give by Gwen eyeliners. I bought the black one and the blue one, and I love both of them. They don't go anywhere. But my favorite especially is that blue, because I have a soft spot for blue eyeliners because my mom growing up always would put a pop of blue in her waterline, and I've adopted that same aesthetic. That's one of my favorite makeup looks and tricks to do to add color, especially when you don't have a lot of color going on your face, because you can wear it in any scenario and people are like, is that blue? Maybe. Cool. That's interesting. So I'm really liking those eyeliners. They're very creamy. They don't budge. So I'm really excited to try out more and see what else Give by Gwen is going to give. So far, I've tried those two products out and I'm liking them. And I'm also loving the Danessa Myricks Infinite Chrome pencils. I want to get more and more and more. I just want to have all of them because they're so cool. Again, eyeliners need to be budge proof for me to enjoy them because I have such sensitive eyes. I don't want to get an eyeliner that's going to be moving around all over my face. I hate that. I don't want anything that's going to irritate. But with these Danessa pencils, they don't. And they're so cool because they have a shift to them. So I'm hoping to get the green one and the purple one during this event and add those into my arsenal because I know that they are going to be fabulous. Blush. Y'all, I am loving the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Blushes. Oh, Makeup by Mario is killing it for me in the cheek category. Just killing it. I love the coral one and it gives me such a beautiful radiant look. I love that so much. When it comes to cream blushes, I've become such a mega fan and there's so many options on the market that you don't necessarily even have to settle. So something really has to be good to continue to use it, and I feel like these are really good. Let's get into lips, starting with lipstick. Anastasia's new matte and satin lipsticks. They feel really nice on the lips. And previously, I enjoyed the Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks because they were matte and they were really nice for layering. So if you wanted to put one on and then put a lip gloss on top, it provided a really nice base color because it was a little bit drier. Now they've reformulated and the formulation is good enough to stand on its own. So the matte formulation from Anastasia is more comfortable and the satin is even more comfortable. But I tend to prefer matte lipsticks in general just because they tend to last longer, and then if I want it to be glossier or if I want to have that more satin-like feel, I'll put a little bit of a gloss or a lip oil on top just to give it that emolliency. But either formulation is nice and the colors that they launched are beautiful as well. I also am liking the Fenty Beauty Icon lipsticks. Now, if you all watched my Fenty Beauty Icon lipstick video, then you'll recall that I had a time trying to pull it out of that case. It's a refillable case with the refillable lipsticks. I did not like that mechanism because it wasn't very easy to pop out. And for each lipstick, you'll have to either buy each individual case for it, or you should be able to pull it out really easily so you can swap it out. But it's not easy to me. And apparently, based on my comments on that video, a lot of you all felt the same way. So I'm not sure if they will update that in the future. But for right now, that case and those refillable lipsticks are not easily maneuverable. But if we're talking just about the lipstick and the formulation of the lipstick, I do enjoy it because they're very creamy. The color is beautiful. The payoff is really simple. I'm able to get a really beautiful bold lip in a short amount of time, and I enjoy it. And lastly, in the lip category, lip liner. Another Anastasia Beverly Hills product. I'm really liking their lip liner. Namely, I like the shade Cool Brown, which I have on right now. When it comes to lip liner, I'm pretty simple with the shades that I select. I like a red lip liner, I like a vampy lip liner, a brown, so a light brown, a medium brown, and a deep brown depending on what I'm going for, and maybe some type variation of plum. Other than that, I'm not a girl who needs 1,000 lip liners. You know, I've had some of my same lip liners. You know, I've repurchased them throughout the years, but I've been using some of the same shades of lip liners for 10 plus years. So I'm a person who just kind of sticks with that with lip liners, just because they are something that I tend to cover with my other products that I put on my lips. But I'm happy to have new variations of shades that I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cool Brown, because this brown isn't warm, hence the name Cool Brown. It's a cooler tone. So if you want something that's brown and it's cool toned but it's not gray, there you go. And I didn't realize I needed that until I didn't have it, and then I did have it. I'm like, oh, I needed that a long time ago. I'm really liking it. Plus the glide on it is really nice. So that brings me to my last category of recommendations, which are fragrances. I don't have a whole lot of fragrances on my list to recommend to you guys from Sephora's website, which I do want to change that. I want to try some of those niche fragrances that Sephora has on their website and dive more into that. So that may be something that I explore this go round. But as far as recommendations, you can't go wrong with Kilian. And I'm a huge fan of the Kilian liqueur line because, one, the bottle is gorgeous. Again, me with the packaging. I actually have it right here. Look at that. It looks like a drink. It looks like an ice cube. It's really fun. It looks decadent and luxurious, so I'm always down for the cause. I have a few Kilian things in my cart as we speak. I must share my wish list with you all in another video, okay? So let me scoot back over and finish chatting with you all. All right, you guys, so that is everything that I recommend for the Sephora Spring Savings Event 2022. Let me know what you all have on your wish list. What do you have in your cart? I know that you all are interested in knowing what I have on my wish list, and typically I would share that in this video. But I figured that really deserves a video on its own because I have a lot of things that I'm interested in, and I really want to have the time to fully flesh out my wish list and chat about my cart with you guys. So stay tuned for that video because that'll be coming super soon, okay? So with that being said, I want to give a special thanks again to Top Cashback. Make sure that you are using Top Cashback when you are checking out on Sephora's website, as well as the thousands of other retailers that they have on their website. Again, I will have a link to join Top Cashback down in my description box. Please make sure you sign up via my link, and once you spend that $25, you do get a $10 sign up bonus. So thank you so much. So I look forward to reading what you guys have to say down in the comment section. I look forward to seeing what's in your basket, and I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super soon. Smooches. Bye.